Hello and welcome to Gliding. My name is Jason, and this episode is about my very first solo flights as a Hang 2 pilot. What we're looking at here is Jon Lindburg's Wills Wing Falcon 4 195. Do you know who Jon Lindburg is? He's a freaking legend. I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to fly with guys like Jon here at the south side of the point of the mountain in Utah. You can see that Jon was one time interviewed for the USHPA Pilot magazine, and it's a great article that you should go check out if you don't know who Jon is. Here's a little link to the exact episode and everything else so you can go Google that. All right, so like I said, this is my very first flight, and I was going to quote unquote pop my cherry, right, of flying on my own. I decided that terminology doesn't really work the best. So I came up with something better, which is crack my egg. Just like any bird has to come out of their little eggshell, I had to come out of mine for my very first flight. And here's a quote that fits perfectly with that as well. Being ready is a myth. You start, you suck, you figure it out, you get better. And that's exactly what you're gonna see with my flight today, all right? So that's just a little bit of foreshadowing. I got a brand new helmet. I have a description to all my gear down in the description below. Go check that out so you can see exactly all the stuff that I'm flying with. If I'm missing anything, let me know. Got a brand new Woody Valley Libero harness and was tying it up at a pull-up bar in my room, trying to play around, figure it out, and dial it all in so that I can make sure that I'm flying safe. And of course, flying day's coming, so I'm checking the weather forecast. I went to the cloud-based app that I've been using, and I'd really like to learn how to use the Windy app as well, but I need to play around with it a little bit more. Cloud-based app was showing forecast of 5 to 10 mile an hour winds with a small gust differential, so it looks like it was shaping up to be a decent flying day. And what my instructor always told me was for the south side of the point of the mountain, always use a 1.5 factor. So if the wind says it's gonna be 10 miles an hour, 10 times 1.5, you're at 15 miles an hour. So definitely we were looking at potential for soaring. I think that if I had 16 miles an hour of wind at the south side, I'm gonna have a good soaring flight. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. And now it's time to taxi out on the runway, which is just, untying the glider from its secured location, getting close to the edge where the airflow is nice and clean so I can really check things out. And you can just see, it's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful day. We got some clouds, we got some blue sky, we got some sunshine going on. It's totally perfect. And it's about time to go. So I'm gonna stop talking now and let you come fly with me.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Just realized I should stop with something else. I've never flown with these. They were keeping my hands warm, but I don't want to fly with them. No, fine. Thank you, sir. Glider. Good. Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Woo! That was my first H2 flight totally on my own. Oh my God. My hands are cold. I tried the base bar for the very first time. Definitely a different feeling. Went back to the down tubes, kind of soared a little bit. Tried to kind of keep it at best glide. That was amazing. That was so freaking awesome. I want to do that again. All right, Jon Lindburg is launched. He's soaring. Really feels like light winds today. I'm gonna give it my best, but I think I'm gonna sled because I'm not Jon Lindburg. All right, I'm hooked in. My leg straps are good. They're clipped in, I'm zipped up. I'm clipped in there. My helmet's buckled. Pre-flight's good. Camera's rolling. All right, we'll see what happens. Launching. Well, that was interesting.
All right, so I'm driving home now from Point of the Mountain, and I wanted to at least capture a few things about how today went, what was good, what was awesome, what was amazing, what was maybe less than amazing. These are my first flights, my very first on my own as a hang two, without oversight from an instructor, without someone there telling me, yes, it's a good time to launch. No, it's not a good time to launch. It's my first time really putting my decision-making skills to the test, and truly at the end of the day, I'd say every aspect of today was a success. Did I do anything absolutely amazing today? No, but yes, for me, I did a lot of amazing things for me. A lot of milestones, a lot of firsts. And I feel like I'm on top of the world. I absolutely feel awesome about what I did today. It was myself, my buddy Mike, and Jon Lindburg was up there at the south side of the Point of the Mountain today as well. He got 2 flights in, and he soared, and he top landed, and he made it look smooth as butter, easy as pie. And I don't know, the winds today I'd say were 11 to 14 miles an hour. So yeah, this was my very first day as a Hang 2 pilot, launching on my own, decision making on my own. My very first time flying in my brand new harness, my Woody Valley Libero harness. That was my first time doing that. It was my first time using my brand new helmet. So that was a first for me. It was my very first time putting my hands on my base bar. That was a first for me. And that felt weird, actually. It felt weird. I had my hands on the base bar for about 20 seconds, and then I went back to the down tubes. So I look forward to practicing that again and feeling more comfortable with that. This was my first time, my first day ever, where I top landed. And was it the most smooth thing in the world? Nope. No, it was not. My situation was I was heading west along the ridge, and there's kind of a point down there where you can turn around. There was a paraglider who was just kind of floating very close to the ridge, which means I should not get on the paraglider's, left side or get away from the ridge. I should be closer to the ridge, as I go to turn. But they were flying so slow that they were just kind of hovering and holding that spot. So I had to go more towards the ridge. I was really out of options. I mean, Monday morning quarterbacking it, I could have just turned left and gotten out of there, just turned away from the ridge and then soared back the other way. And that's probably what I should have done, but that's not what I did. So anyway, I was now over the ridge and the wind started to just cut out from under me.
and I came down pretty hard. I was actually really worried about my down tubes, just in my head, not because I saw something. I was just worried because I came down hard. Everything turned out okay and fine and all that, but definitely it was not the most ideal landing. Not a pretty landing. I'm not proud of that landing by any means. And it broke the little mount I had my camera on, which is fine. The camera survived. It's all good to go. Everything's fine. It just broke a little GoPro plastic snap thingy-majigger. So yeah, that just is what it is. But I wasn't able to film my final flight because of that. And I've got a camera mount coming. That'll be better in the future. So again, not worried about that. So I didn't get to film my very last flight, where I pretty much launched off the far west side of the point of the mountain. I don't even know if people normally do that. I did it fine. And in my head, I was kind of just thinking, you know, what would someone have done back in 1976 when they were just figuring out hang gliding? They would have just jumped, like, not jumped. They would have launched right there. It worked out fine. And then I headed east along the ridge. I had a few little bits of lift, and then I had some of sink as well. It wasn't like super bumpy or turbulent, but I had lift and then I had sink, and I had more sink than I had lift. So ultimately I had to turn back around, did a 180 turn, and came down towards the landing zone. But as I was doing that, there was lift in that smaller area, and so I was kind of a little nervous, a little worried. I had to pull in a lot on my down tubes to get down to the LZ. In fact, I was wondering if I was even gonna make it. I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna be heading out to the road. That's not good. So I decided to use some of the extra LZ that's a little bit more on the west side of the landing zone. Kind of had to come in for a little bit of a crosswind landing, but I had to do what I had to do. Put my hands on the base bar. That allowed me to pull in a lot more, which was good. The thing is, my critical thinking skills were working. Everything was not the most ideal. It was not the most smooth, but I made things work. I stayed safe. I survived. I'm alive. I'm alive to tell the tale. My glider's okay. Everything's fine. But very interesting going out there today, learning everything that I did, practicing everything that I did. I'm on top of the world. I absolutely loved it. I had probably, I don't know, definitely less than 5 minutes of flying today. Probably 3 to 4 minutes max, probably. So anyway, I'll look back at the footage. I'll write that in my flight log. I'm so stoked. I'm glad I did this. It was Pearl Harbor Day. I came down crazy, landed like a kamikaze pilot on the top of the mountain, but I had my first top landing today. And I celebrated with a Maverick soda, my Diet Pepsi. I love Diet Pepsi. Now I'm gonna head home, put everything away, and live to fly another day. Big thanks to my buddy Mike for his help with me today and checking on me after I crash landed, and appreciate Jon Lindburg. He's a hero in the hang glider world, and I just feel so blessed to be able to even just get to talk to pilots like that, much less get to watch them fly or take some tips and tricks from them as well. So Jon Lindburg, you're one of my heroes, and yeah, let's go do this again.